Okay, so we're here in Houston. We have just arrived as this portable cart, some assembly required. If you know anything about me, I don't like some assembly required. Bert is right over here, keeping me company. Say hi, Bert. Bert. I just trimmed his ears up and gave him, or he got a grooming the other day. But I don't enjoy doing this, but I figured I would do it on video because I will probably make a fool of myself. I'm usually good at that. There's more packaging, like if you can't see it already, there's a whole bunch more packaging that just came out of it, and some blew away already, so I had to go catch that. But I really don't enjoy the some assembly required thing from most of these builders nowadays, but it is how they get it transported to us, so I guess I should be just grateful that I'm not physically going to go pick it up. And I figured, why not? Brad, who is my neighbor from High Street, and Sean, they keep telling me, she too is my neighbor from High Street, they keep telling me that I should be recording all this stuff. And like I said, I've had some mishaps where I've had stupid things happen to me, and rather than waste the opportunity of letting you laugh with me at myself, I figured now I gotta figure out how to get this bloody thing out of the damn packaging. So it looks like I got, oh, there it is. That was actually pretty easy once you do. Ooh, this may not be too big of a deal, which I'm gonna be thrilled if it's not a huge amount of work with the some assembly thing. Oh, of course, I'm already going to have a problem. So I'm going to have to pause the video for a minute because I've got to go grab a knife to break this bloody thing off, unless I can twist it, but I'll probably break it if I twist it, so I'm not going to do that. Anyway, I hope you guys are having fun watching along. Earlier today I should have videotaped that too, and I totally spaced it. But I cut Mom's hair. If you want to see that on Facebook, just go over there and you can see the post. I should share her before and after photo everywhere, because people are always like, you didn't share it to the version of social media that I like to watch. This is actually proving to probably be pretty easy. So I'm actually potentially excited. I don't want to get overly excited. There are some parts definitely that I have to put together, but we've got everything. We're going to go to NASA tomorrow. We were going to go to NASA today, but then this came, and I've got a few things I got to put together. I did the installation of a new thermostat yesterday, so I'll include that video here if you want to see it. So this is going to be a mobile cart for us, so I'm not going to necessarily put all the bits together. I'm not sure how this is going to work. But it is supposed to be folding, because it needs to be able to go under my coach. Our coach, Mom. I know you're going to be watching this and go, you better talk about it as ours. But, and yes, I'm the guy who always wants to open up all the pieces so I can find them all before I start. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's got a magnet bit for your knives and things. I've actually got the camera is on a table that I bought for this, and it said it was a barbecue table, and when I opened it, I was like, there's no possible way that this barbecue is going to work on that table. So I started hunting for a better table. It's got the wheels already, all four. That's nice that I didn't have to put those on. I'm going to have to definitely edit some of this out because I'm talking way too much. And I've got some dead spots. So I figured that little bit out. That's interesting. It was out. That's pretty handy. If you can see it, these move in and out so that you don't have to dismantle that part of it going forward. And this handle's going to go upward, but anyway, so on my fitness thing, I'll share with you, I've been Many of you know I used to be 400 pounds. I have to tell you, my scale when I was a kid stopped at 365 pounds, and it went blowing past that. And the only time I ever physically got weighed to where I don't know how high I went past this, but it was 400 pounds at the doctor's office was the highest I ever physically saw an actual number. I might have gone higher than that. The highest I ever got on my home scale was only 365, but the doctor's scale was much worse. You know, the type that you stand on that has the post on it. Anyway, so I've been yo-yo dieting my whole life. I was teased very badly as a kid, and with that, it seriously created a lot of self-esteem issues for me. I used to regularly get beat up at school, especially high school was pretty bad. It started as I started gaining weight. I'll never forget, I was in Gravenstein Elementary the very first time anybody had ever told me I was fat. And I can still see the girl that said, I don't want to say her name because I still keep in touch with some people from school, and I don't want her to know how badly she hurt me, but it was pretty bad, which I sound lame even saying it that way, but it was I don't know, it was like a pivotal moment for me. And it was during a window of time that I was very, very unhappy in my life. And I think I was using food to keep people away from me because I didn't want to be around people at that moment in my life. And I'm naturally a pretty darn happy person. I definitely enjoy having, I don't know where this thing is. Oh, I just buggered that up. See, this is the thing. Greg doesn't read his instructions. But I'm always, as a little kid, I was always super happy, loved people, loved playing, and as the abuse started, somebody when I was little used to beat me up pretty bad on a regular basis, had a lot of bloody noses and a lot of bloody lips and teeth, and then the kid across the street was one of the meanest kids I've ever met, still to this day. He used to beat the crap out of me regularly. And interestingly enough, one of the people that used to beat me up pretty bad is now one of my best friends. So it doesn't have to play out that way. But now, do you think I can get this one screw undone? But it caused for some emotional scarring, and again, I think that sounds like a cop-out, but I learned a lot from it. I became partly who I am because of it, so you might think that I would be against bullies, but again, the bullies that I've had in my life, I don't know how else to say it, and I'm not going to be popular with this, but they ended up teaching me some of the best lessons, so I am grateful for the bullies of my life. Yes, my life was difficult in a lot of ways, but I wouldn't be who I am today looking in the mirror if I hadn't had that bad stuff happen to me. So I've been telling people, largely because of that, for my entire adult life, I don't care as much what happened to you as what did you do with it. You know, I'm not a person who thinks you need to shield children from difficulty. There was many times when I was a single dad, I encouraged my son, and I let him fail, and I let him screw up, and let him feel the repercussions of his lack of inaction and lack of attention. And so with that, I think it largely relies on a parent to guide somebody through it, not prevent them from it. Your child, your staff, the people that you're mentoring, they need the difficult times to galvanize their character, to teach them what they're capable of. My son now, and again, he's had plenty of failure, but the kid's freaking brilliant, and he's not. I'm not going to say he's any smarter than any other kid out there. I believe that all the kids have more potential than they realize. But I will tell you that the kid is doing phenomenally well, but what it is his work ethic. His work ethic is just simply completely off the chart good. And so We shield our children from way too much. Now, when it comes to stealing their innocence, that's a different story. That I think we should definitely. They don't need to see pornography. They don't need to see nudity on billboards and stuff like that. And I am not a prude because I think the human body's beautiful. But I don't think it's necessary to have flesh in your face at all times. And, the right setting, I don't care what you do. This is going to sound dumb, but I personally like being naked. But I'm not going to be naked in the wrong place. So, anyway, from when I talk about shielding, don't shield your kids from the hard stuff. Let them have it. Let them enjoy realizing all the incredible things they're capable of. Now I got to figure out what to do with this little table. I see where it's a condiment bin. Oh, how cool is that? So look at this. It opens up. I'm going to bring it over here. It opens up, and you put this down. That's neat, man. And then you put on. So anyway, let's get back to the obesity. So I have been on this mission of trying to get my body healthy for the last few years, and I'm doing pretty good at it. I mean, I've still got a long way to go. I'm definitely not finished, but I'm proud of myself. It's been this has been roughly a year and a quarter right now is where I'm at. Oh my gosh, there's a paper towel rack as well. I don't know where that is or what it looks like. This is pretty cool. I really don't know where that part is. But I'm going to hold off on doing this. I've got a shelf here, but I don't want the shelf to become permanent, so I'm going to set that in there. I may screw it in a minute, but I guess I should turn it over. Just do as you're told, Gregory Davis. Stop trying to rethink what they're telling you to do and why. Just do it. So there's my barbecue. Drop the sound. So anyway, I'm about 2 years and a quarter into this journey, and it's weird. If you saw my journal entry, I do a journal entry every week that allows me kind of reminder of who I am and where I'm going and how. How I just need to keep going when I'm not feeling it. And I will look back at the journal and I will read that and encourage myself. There's a little bit of scuffing on the table, so I should have had that face down on there. So I might have jacked it up a little bit, which I really hate when I do that. I don't like messy, if you know anything about me. When I was little, we'd do finger painting, and I'd use 2 fingertips because I didn't want to get my hands dirty. I've got a little bit of OCD, I think, maybe, possibly. So apparently the condiment goes on the opposite side. But I'm in the journey, and when I was at convention, and like I said, I put this in my journal, when I was at convention, somebody gave me a compliment about having a good body. And again, I know I've got a long way to go. I know I'm not perfect. I am definitely not Marcel, and there's a lot of people way further ahead and way better looking than me. And that's not what I'm trying to say. But for where I'm at, I'm very happy with where I'm at. I genuinely don't care if I went any further than this moment. But I'm going to, because I'm determined to achieve what I can. The journey, per se, is long and arduous, and you have to just stick to doing what you need to do, even when you can't see progress. Because at some point, you have to work for your daily habits. Stop trying to over-focus on what your goal is. Your goal is a result of hard work. The only reason for identifying and itemizing a goal is to strictly map and disaggregate that goal backwards to the beginning point, so that you can figure out what activity do you need to be doing to successfully achieve that goal. People get so damn hyper-focused on the goal, the end result, that they end up getting frustrated at the position they're at instead of enjoying the journey. And what that does, it robs you of the journey, of the joy. The moment that you're in at this moment in time is the very thing that is, I don't know where, it says I've got like a whole bunch of extra parts here, but literally says spare parts, but I can't see the first set. There's only those 2 screws, which I just used, so I guess these are not really spare parts because I have to put them on this. So anyway, so what they're doing is they're so hyper-focused on the goal that they're not paying attention to their daily habits. And the reason I'm bringing all this up is when I work out, I have always been embarrassed by my body, and now that person said something to me at convention that I have a good body, and I did not know how to respond to her at first. I genuinely, in my brain, thought that she was speaking in jest. She was joking around with me, and I immediately discounted her statement, started talking about how I'm not where I should be, and then what I realized, as I sat there after she said it, thinking in my brain all by myself, kind of breaking down what just happened, and I realized as she was kind of justifying her statement that she wasn't joking. She was serious. And who am I to discount her opinion? I just needed to shut up and say thank you. So I kind of broached her again after the conversation had ended, and I just said thank you. And in doing that, this one is going to need an actual screwdriver because I didn't bring one with me. And this is the paper towel holder, I think, which is interesting. Oh, I get it. That's pretty cool. And then this is going to go. So I just said thank you in the end. Well, and she told me at that moment that I need to just get used to people telling me that I look good, because I do, is what these are her words. And like quite literally the next day, I've started a new phenomenon when I work out, which is just odd to me, where people will stop me, young guys at the gym will stop me and they're like, damn, you look good, and your workouts are obviously really effective, and they're giving me compliments. Okay, I don't know where this part goes. I don't see holes for it. Oh, maybe that's it. And it happened the day after Donna said that. And when I now am at the gym, it's become really regular that people are complimenting me, and I'm not used to it, but I've just learned to shut my mouth and just say thank you, which is, I know there's a lot of people out there right now that are going, Greg Davis shut his mouth? Not possible. Yeah, it's possible, and I'm doing it. And then the next stage of what's happening is they're starting to ask me how to do stuff. I had a couple guys in this last few days that have stopped me and asked me for coaching on how I'm doing my exercise, because I'm effective, and they want to know how to do they want to know how to do what I'm doing to get where I'm at. And then so I'm giving him some pointers, all from Marcel, and it's pretty exciting. Guess who came out to visit? My mom is out here. We're over here. Huh? We're over here recording. So I'm going to turn it so you can say hi to Mom. Say hi. What have you been doing? Recording. That's what I said to you inside about how I'm coming out to put the thing together. So are you going to wave? Say hi. So I've got the Traeger in here. Let's see if I can get it out. And I'm assuming you can still hear me. And I seriously don't know how to use this thing. I've had it for probably 4 months now. Have never used it. Didn't have something appropriate to set it on. Didn't want to burn the park's tables and things like that. Didn't want to leave marks on the concrete. So I dropped that. So that's that. I still got a couple things to screw on. But that's the Traeger. It's a portable barbecue. Don't know what to do with this either. I gotta tell you, this particular item, I am more excited about it than I can tell you. My friend John Stetson, I used to work with him at American Express, we actually put a cookbook together from the people at American Express on our team, and we took months and months and months to put it together. It turned out really beautiful. I have to see if I can, I don't know that I have one of the cookbooks here with me, but if I do, I will put a picture of the cookbook in there. Has a thermostat. But this particular item, I am super excited to have. John Stetson isn't like a master barbecuer. He's actually award-winning. Anyway, this cart and the Traeger and a lot of the things that I'm buying, and this has been as a result of trial and error. There's quite a number that have been turned back because I wasn't happy with either their quality or they didn't fit or things like that. So I'm actually starting an Amazon channel so you can follow and get the very same things. That's the third time I've knocked that thing off. You'll be able to get the same exact versions that we're using. Oh, bugger. I've got bits and pieces I'm going to have to run all over this park and pick up because I keep losing them. But I got to tell you, that this particular barbecue, that's the piece I'm excited about, is this barbecue is sturdy, and I like sturdy. Like my pots and pans we're using, we are an ambassador for our pots and pans because I love them that much. And I will do a different episode or live or something on cooking, because a lot of people have asked me about the health journey, like what do I eat? And I will tell you that is the most important thing as to your success in this journey of losing weight is, and I'll tell you, I call myself productively lazy. If there's an easier way to do something, I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to do it that way. But what happens is you need to have your food prepped, because when you're hungry, when you're sad, when you're discouraged, when something's not going your way, or you're just in a rush, that's when you screw up. And Marcel and I were just chatting about it. Like if I get my intervals on my eating is truly, truly important. And with that, I eat every 2 to 2.5 hours. And if I get my second meal in on time, I'm hungry all day long. If I miss that first interval, then I struggle to eat all day long. It's that important. So I have gotten very good at paying attention to that second meal, because eating as much food as I now eat, because I'm trying to bulk right now, which is why you're seeing extra fat right now. But I am trying to bulk, and the calories, I have to eat a lot of calories, and I just don't want to if I haven't done my stuff correctly in that first meal. So there's a little... Did it again. So I have to be uber careful with the first meal of the day. There. Wow. That is uber cool. So let me see if I can turn this around for you. I'm not... Wow, that's neat. I got it. I figured it out. So this, I have got dialed in the behavior. So getting back to the success, getting to the behavior of what's going on, you have to really hyper focus on the daily habits, the behaviors, the patterns that are going to make you successful. Dial in on that. The goal doesn't matter. The goal is an identifier. It's a target. It's a success indicator. Mona Knight used to teach me that all the time. The success indicator is just, how do I know that I've achieved what I'm trying to achieve? So there's my barbecue. I guess I should get in the frame. There's my barbecue. I'm very happy with my barbecue. And I got to do a lot of reading. This is actually a thick book. Like, that's a lot of reading. But I'm going to actually do it because I want to do it right. So I got it together. As far as weight, you're going to see my journal entries. It's not a pride thing. It's a thread that I hold on to keep myself on track, to make sure that I'm actually achieving my goals the way I need to. And those journal entries, if you don't like them, read past them. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. Now, do you think I can figure out how I got this bloody thing in here? There it is. But that's what's happening. So I'll see you soon. And I was showing you how to barbecue once I figure out how. See you later. Bye.